Hi everyone, and welcome to another Moment with Nell. I'm so excited to be recording this video because I'm so excited to give an update on where I stand with my weight loss journey. We're still on this journey. I'm still on it. I'm still trying to eat my best. God is helping me. God is sustaining me, and He is strengthening me, and He's doing what He can. Like, let me tell you something. I've tried to lose weight and just get on I won't even say random diets, just get on diets. I've tried so hard to just get on diets, and it just never stuck. What? It never stayed with me because I wasn't really motivated to do it, or I would get upset or get sad and I would just start emotional eating. And so one of the things that has helped me while I'm on this journey is therapy. Therapy has helped me tremendously because it helped me to be able to get to the root cause of the problem. And it helped me to be able to figure out what those trigger points for me was in my life that made me go out and just eat myself to a point of where I just fall asleep. And like I shared before, in October, I went through a terrible breakup, and it sent me into this dark place of depression. And what I did was I would emotionally eat. Another secret that I would do, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but another thing that I would do is if I didn't go out and eat and just drown myself in food or drown my sorrows in food, I'd go home, cry my eyes out, become restless, and take Tylenol PMs. I'd pop 2 Tylenol PMs just so I can go to sleep because I didn't want to feel the pain that I was feeling because it was such a devastating time and moment for me. Whew, that was hard to say, but it was hard, and I knew that I had a problem, and so because I didn't want to keep taking pills, I began to more excessively eat. And it became very problematic. I couldn't walk. If I'd walk down like the way, I'm sorry, I was looking at my other phone. Like if I walk down, like I'll be at work and I'm just walking on the sales floor, and I walk, just not even a mile. I'd walk like to the front of the store. I'd be out of breath, and I knew that was a problem. And this is just me being very open and honest and transparent. In hopes that it will help somebody and encourage somebody to let them know that this doesn't have to be the end for you. Like, it's not God's desire that we are in a state of depression and we are slowly killing ourselves with what we put in our bodies. And the amount of food that I would put in my body was definitely, like, it was so much. I'd go to the Black Angus and find the biggest steak that they have, and I'd buy it, I'd eat it, I'd sit there and eat an appetizer with soda, and I just literally drown my sorrows in my food. And I'd be so full and stuffed that I'd develop the itis, and I'd go home and fall asleep. That's what I did for like 2 or 3 months. And I'm a mom, and so, my son wanted to go out and eat, and I'd be like, yep, let's go. So can we go to Red Lobster? We go to Red Lobster, and he want all this crab. I'd be like, yep, let's go ahead and do it. And so it was just such a dark moment for me. But like I said, I enrolled in therapy to help me to combat those moments in my life where I start, if I feel sad, going out to eat and overeating is not my first instinct to do. And so what I've learned is that I've learned to pray. And you may think like, oh, well, Chanel, like, I thought you always knew how to pray. Like, no, I learned to pray. And when I say I learned to pray, I learned to really be honest with God and have that honest conversation with Him, and to communicate with God and to be like, God, this didn't go the way that I thought it should go, and I'm feeling sad right now. And so I need you to help me with the sadness that I have. I need you to help me. I need you to lift this this sadness off of me, because I don't want to go eat excessively to the point of disgust. And that's what I would do in the past. And so now that I've taken on this new journey and I've learned how to pray to God about absolutely every little intricate detail, I've been so much better. And with the prayer and therapy, literally prayer and therapy is what's helping me on this journey. And I would strongly suggest, I used to be the one that thought that I'm good, I'm gonna talk to God, I'm gonna write stuff down, I'm gonna write in my journal. I used to be that person, but when I really got in therapy and I really started understanding, like, Chanel, it's because of this happened, and this is why you're doing this, and this is why you're doing that. I was like, God, this is what I've been missing. Like, help me to not be so proud to seek out professional help. That don't mean that I'm crazy, but it means that I'm seeking out professional help because I want help, because I want to conquer this food addiction. I want to conquer this obesity. I want to conquer all this. And so, just a quick little thing before I go back, I have to go back to work, but I was in the car about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, and I was praying. I was having a very, very honest conversation with God, and I was just going down the list of things, like, we just talking it out. And I was at the stoplight, and I heard God say that I was more than a conqueror. And you could be like, yeah, it does, that's what the Bible says. That's what Romans lets us know, you're more than a conqueror. But I really decided to go and look up the word conqueror and see what that word conqueror meant. Because sometimes I think because I was brought up in church, so I hear all these scriptures and I can quote them and I know them and all this stuff, but we really don't know the meaning behind the scriptures and the things that we quote. It's just it's a learned thing that we've learned at church. And so I didn't really understand what a conqueror was. I know God said that I'm more than a conqueror, but like, what actually is a conqueror? And so one of the definitions that stood out to me so much so that it literally like made me extremely happy. It said, a conqueror is someone that takes control of something by force. And so when you take control over something, can you just think about, just put the image in your head about something going on so chaotic, right? So chaotic, and you got to stop this chaos that's happening. You get in the middle of it and you tell everybody to shut up. And you say it with authority, you say it with conviction, and you say it with all the power that you have on the inside of you. And everyone stops. Everyone stops, and now everyone is listening to the command that you just did. That's taking control of something by force. And there's other ways, but that's just the only imagery that I had in my head when I thought of the definition of taking control over something by force. And so that lets me know that any situation, whether for me it's food, another one for me is getting over a heartbreak and all this, sadness and things like that. Taking control over the situation by force is what a conqueror is. And I got so excited and I got so happy, because that means for any situation, any circumstance, any chaotic mess that's going on in my life, any chaos that's going on in my life, going on in my life, I have the ability in the midst of chaos to command everything to cease and stop and take control over it. Whether that's praying, whether that's whatever it is, however you choose to take control over something, whether it's getting in therapy, whether it's seeking out help, whether it's changing your lifestyle, you have the ability on the inside of you through Jesus Christ to take control over it, and you will come out on top because there's victory in Christ Jesus. God's children never loses. We never lose. We never lose. We always win. We always win. And when I had initially took on this new journey of weight loss, I said, God, I give you permission to help me, because I was on these things and I didn't allow God to help me. I thought I can do it on my own. And I didn't say, God, I got this, but I didn't include him in it. And when we don't include God on, the Bible says that Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to thy own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him and he shall direct your path. When you don't consult God about everything in your life, you're basically telling God that you don't need him and that you don't need his input. You don't need his guidance. You just don't need him. And so when I had gone on, these weight loss journeys before, I didn't give God permission and I didn't include God. And so now that I've included God and I say, God, forgive me for not including you. Forgive me for not talking to you and forgive me for leaning onto Chanel's understanding. But now I'm going to acknowledge you. I'm going to give you permission to come in on this journey with me. So that way I know that I will succeed because you're here on this journey with me. Because with God, I can't fail. There's no failure in God. When I include God, it's a wrap. I'm not failing, I'm always winning. When you include God, you never fail, you always win. And so I hope that this has encouraged you. I know that I was kind of jumping back and forth, but I really hope you got the gist of what I was saying. I got to go back to where my lunch hour is up. I got my water. I got my core water. My water intake has doubled since I've been on this weight loss journey. And it's been amazing. It's been so amazing. I'm having fun. I'm trying out new dishes. I've been following Tabitha Brown. This baby then got me eating jackfruit, and it's absolutely phenomenal. It's absolutely wonderful. So yeah, if this has encouraged you in any kind of way, please share. Please share with me how it's encouraged you. And I really pray that it's encouraged you. God, Chanel, use your words. Stop talking so fast. I really pray that this has encouraged you, it has empowered you, and it has uplifted you. So thank you for tuning in to another Moment with Nell, and I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later.